3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, this past weekend I climbed to the top of the Himalayas, and there I found a tablet. Papyrus, actually. And it had these questions written on it, and I proclaimed all the way from Kathmandu
Okay.
to get these questions written. I mean,
That's fucking random. These,
but
I have these 10 questions
these 10.
carved in stone, ready to be discussed
Yes,
on the latest I Was Just Thinking podcast.
mind blown.
They are kind of wrinkled up. Looks like someone's diary or some shit.
I found it in the attic of a German house. It was A. Frank. I don't know who A is, but
funny, dude. That is fucking funny.
Anne Frank wrote these questions 75 years ago.
Have you ever read Anne Frank's diary? No.
Have you?
No, but I read a play based off of it in school when we were...
Yeah.
We learned a lot about war in school.
Well,
We learned a lot in school that I kind of thought would be more important nowadays. I remember there was one school year that was dedicated to, traffic safety
yeah.
and like house hazard safety. Like looking both ways before crossing the street. That's a good idea. And for some reason, it's always right, then left, then right. That's it. And you go. You don't look left twice. That's fucking stupid. That's not the practice done.
Yeah.
But that stuff's important, and I learned about like catching on fire and stop, dropping, and rolling. I really thought catching on fire would be more common. The way they described it in school, how casually, just like, remember, stop, drop, and roll. It's as easy as that. But
yeah. That's funny.
Not yet needed to stop, drop, and roll.
No.
And I've gone yet another year of my life without using any algebra. It's great. What's something in yours, like you were taught as a kid, you thought would be a bigger deal?
Well, yeah, I was just trying to go through, and one I think about sometimes is when I was younger, we lived at this house, Montezuma, so really smaller than Fort Valley, and Fort Valley's a small town. And but out there was like some swampy areas in the area, and there was some quicksand. And the kids want to go over there and play with the quicksand, like you jump on there, or whatever, and like, you get out there. People would pull you, or whatever. And but my mom will raise hell about not going near quicksand. Don't ever do this. And then other people will mention, anytime you mention it, it was like just terrible. And I was like, you know what, man, damn, there's since that house we lived there when I was like 4 or 5 or something. Never had
Quicksand.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be just
quicksand,
just all over
out
the
in the
place.
woods.
Yeah,
like,
just
careful, don't step in some quicksand.
Yeah,
out here in this temperate climate.
But never encountered.
I guess you're right. Like, I remember seeing that in movies a lot, like Jungle Book, Indiana Jones, like pretty much any movie as a kid that takes place in the rainforest. It had some quicksand. But it's not like that's a common thing, at least not here in America. Maybe like watery sand or something. At certain
I would imagine
beaches,
a lot of quicksand
maybe.
in like Russia or something.
Russia? I imagine just vodka and glaciers.
Vodka, glaciers, and just road rage.
Yeah.
That's half of ridiculousness. Half of their fucking show is like angry Russians.
That's how lots of that internet video started, because back in Russia, at least like, in the 90s and 2000s, insurance scams were so bad, everyone in Russia just had the dash cam. It was common practice for a while there, and it like kind of gave birth to all these crazy fucking web videos. It's like only in Russia.
But
Okay, so you got this magic tablet, or you got this piece of paper here
man,
with the
you know
guide.
what? My legs are tired. Actually, speaking of legs,
Chicken.
if this is being watched Friday morning, tomorrow morning, which is Saturday morning, I got a 31-mile race. I'm doing an ultra
Jeez.
marathon.
Damn,
So
31 miles.
yeah,
And you were preparing for that last week at the beach, right?
yeah. I think I ran about 8 miles a day.
8 miles a day.
Yeah,
Jeez, that's cray.
yeah. So I
Um,
feel pretty good about it, but it's really gonna hurt because last weekend, like I said, climbed the Himalayas. So question number one is: have you ever known somebody that could light a fart,
ah,
or have you ever tried?
I've seen it done in real life only once. Um, it was a long time ago when I was a kid. I went to Texas visit my relatives, and all me and my cousins were all having a sleepover, and my oldest cousin was goofing off, and they were like spraying flammable stuff on surfaces and lighting it on fire, and then
Yeah,
and then he just like lit a fart, and I was blown away.
mesmerized.
I did not know you could do that. I did not know that was possible at all, and it blew my mind.
I'd seen like clips on like movies or TV shows, but it wouldn't.
I've seen
But
it.
it's always exaggerated, like.
Yeah, I've seen a couple on like Daniel Tosh point oh that I don't know if it was fake or real, but it's like a huge flame goes up. Like,
Damn.
what the fuck?
Probably butt chug some friggin' lighter
Yeah.
fluid or something.
That was actually my oldest cousin who passed away a couple years ago, and I told everyone that when
Yeah.
I went to visit and went to his funeral. I told everyone that story, and yeah, it's core memory for me.
Yeah.
Core memory, but it's kind of
And
weird how I just never gotten around to lighting a fart again in my life.
yeah.
I just see it on TV.
It's like an odd window. It's like, fuck, this one little period in time where I got to see a fart lit on fire. It's like, yeah, it just comes. It's like a damn Haley's Comet.
I
You
guess I
never see
don't.
it again.
I guess I don't do it because I don't want my clothes to catch on fire. Catch on fucking fire.
We
That
do
would
this,
be funny as fuck.
so burned to death from my own ass.
Your clothes caught on fire. Yeah, that would suck, dude.
Yeah, how would you explain that? Fire department shows up. What are you gonna tell them?
I don't know, but
Why is your midsection just
spontaneous combustion, maybe.
I gotta say, man, Taco Bell. Fuck. Yeah, why is only from here to here burnt? Like,
Speaking of burnt,
um,
I got burnt like a motherfucker at the beach. I was been peeling like crazy.
yeah. I don't.
It wasn't as bad as last year when I straight up got like sun poisoning or some shit.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we were at the beach in Destin, Florida.
Bye.
Luckily, it was just west of the hurricane. It barely
Yeah.
missed us. It rained like the one Thursday when it came barreling up here.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, that's crazy. It missed us barely. And then when I come up here, I start to see the damage. The Carolinas got fucking shromped.
Yeah.
North Georgia got hit up in the mountains. I did see some down trees in Atlanta on 285 on my way home. Nothing major.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, we were donating to me and my parents were donating to some charities in Atlanta that are, supposedly flying all this shit
Yeah.
out there to places in North Carolina. Yeah, you should donate too. We should donate some food and some drinks.
yeah. There's a couple things over at the city center that they're running deliveries and everything, and these are like you can go and drop
Yeah.
So I was gonna take the girls and go uh, drop some stuff off so they can see some service,
Yeah.
a service moment, I guess. Teach them, a little service.
I got you. Very
Um,
good. I give some advice. If you're gonna get canned food, don't get no fucking like lima beans or shit. No one in a natural disaster wants a can of fucking lima beans. Maybe I just don't like beans. I don't want
uh,
a fucking can of beans. I want a can of soup, can of corn,
some
man.
Hormel, chunky,
Yeah.
chunky beef stew.
But it was kind of surreal though, seeing how the storm like barely missed us when we were down
Yeah,
there. We were way down there at the ground zero is what I called it. And
yeah.
then we
But
come up here and we see the damage it caused.
well, they say it was like 30 inches of rain. It was crazy. One of YouTuber I was watching actually had just bought a helicopter, Cletus McFarland, and
Cletus.
he's like, "Hell yeah, brother!" But he had just bought a helicopter and he was doing something. He said, "Well, instead of um, doing what I had planned for the content or whatever, he was gonna go fly it somewhere." They had these like in this one spot when he went. He said there was like 37 of these private helicopters going picking people up, going back, just taking water and like baby food
Yeah.
and shit. People like there's one lady did it like it's Facebook message like hey, or a Facebook post and was like hey, if anybody's in this area, my 4 month old's running out of formula tonight, and he's like went up there. They found DM'd the address and flew the helicopter up there and like freaking
Yeah.
picked her up
It's
and
great. Yeah, I saw a post like that. Someone in Banner Elk, North Carolina, which is a very small, secluded town.
yeah.
I only know of it because my cousins got married there a couple years ago, and it's a beautiful fucking town with a big winery and huge estate. And there was people online pleading for help to get evacuated by helicopter because Banner Elk, North Carolina, was only accessible by air.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. And it was that kind of like when I heard that, I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
this is effective.
But I mean, but the community, they went out there and drew an X for landing zones. I mean, they had it. I mean, the person that was doing it, I mean, because I mean, and I've heard on the news too that, like, where the hell is, the government? But it's all been like, damn, yeah, these people were like coordinating fucking food drops and all this other shit and just has like this pretty efficient. I mean, it was kind of crazy to see that
Yeah.
all this stuff is being coordinated by the people there, just local people.
Civilians.
Yeah, the local people.
Come on, government. I saw
We're
a
just
post on the good old Facebook. Someone saying how Florida senator voted against natural relief aid bills, and it was just last week. And I've been meaning to fact check that because if it's true, that is despicable. I'm glad I wouldn't want to live in Florida. It's just too risky, bro. And even the fucking Carolinas just got plowed. I mean, even Atlanta, we get our share of hurricane damage. I've seen it my whole life.
my whole life.
But I could not live in Florida, man. It's too scary. Be fucking flooding all the time.
I just have to double up the walls,
Yeah.
tie down the
I
yard furniture.
I did see something new. These Tampa Bay Hospital used these barrier walls to block out the storm surge. When I first saw the picture before the hurricane hit, I was like, that's so stupid. That's not going to hold. But it did. It held up very well, and I think those are going to be being mass produced a lot more now.
Yeah.
These barrier walls that can hold off like 20 feet of storm surge. 10 feet maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall exactly, but it was
But
impressive.
do you... Fuck. Because I'm thinking about how that would actually be I mean, would you bring them in at the time of a storm, or these would just have to be built?
No, they brought them in before the storm, like, and just
But
put a barrier around the hospital.
now, let's say you have a wall or something of water, and a storm's coming in and pushing all this water. But at some point, the wall ends. Isn't it just gonna?
Well, if it forms a circle, it like it's connected fully, the water just go around and won't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just pushing and pushing, at some point you
Yeah.
figured it'd just go around because it's still getting.
Yeah, that's a lot of like pressure on these walls with the flow of the water. But yeah, I was kind of impressed how it worked out very well,
Yeah.
and I bet we're gonna start seeing a lot more of these storm surge barriers. They ain't no sandbags, that's for sure. They are a lot more effective than a sandbag.
Sandbag.
But yeah, that hurricane was terrible. I need to don't make
Yeah.
a second round of donations probably next week or later this week.
Yeah.
But
And
that being said, do you have any more excellent questions for me?
of course.
Excellent questions.
Alright, so have you ever. I'm sort of a. I know it might not be the best thing, but I'm sort of a graffiti fan. And,
Graffiti.
yeah.
How?
Well, not all graffiti. Not like the fucking shit you can't even understand, but sometimes there's like some. Like in New York, for example, or stickers. People like put stickers on, like out in Brooklyn. You'll pass by like a light post or something, or yeah, mostly a lamp post or something. People with a sticker and it just, or porta potties. Have you ever been in a porta potty and drew or wrote
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, I was at working construction once, and someone wrote on the porta potty, one of the porta potties, "Viva la Trump." And yeah, I think it was, one of the Hispanic guys just did as a
Yeah.
joke, but people were like asking around who wrote that, and of course they asked me because I was a white boy. But yeah, that was funny. But I kind of think graffiti's cool looking too, even if I can't read the words. And actually, shit, on my way home on 285, I saw some crazy graffiti on the back of those signs above the highway. It's kind of impressive. These people live this graffiti lifestyle, but they must go out at like 3, 4 in the morning and climb up there to spray this, and it must take them like multiple rounds because I don't see how they do it. They like climb on the
Tagging.
sign and tag the back of it, and it's
Yeah.
like 20 foot tall. And then the same with like all these walls. It's like
Yeah.
these guys are crazy, and like they gotta just come out at like 3, 4 in the morning. Like, hey, we're gonna tag this wall. I don't know why I'm doing a Hispanic voice, but I kind of think graffiti's cool looking too, and it's always fun watching the train roll by on the when a
Oh yeah.
train comes by on the track. You get stuck. You're just like,
Mm.
look at all the graffiti from every state of the country right
Yeah.
there on this train.
How many states
But
has been tagged?
I
in?
can hardly ever read what the shit says.
Yeah.
And then when you can decipher it, it's like a made up word or something.
Have you ever drawn? Have you ever drawn like tits or dick and
Drawn tits or a dick.
in like
on what?
like library books, like when you were in school?
No.
You would check out the books.
No,
Oh,
I'll be
yeah,
paranoid of
algebra.
getting caught. But in 7th grade health class, there was this one book that was so tatted up and graffitied.
Yeah,
Like everyone wanted that book so they can like graffiti more in it and look at all the stuff. And it was kind of a novelty. Like, oh, I got the bad one today. I'm going to look at all the graffiti and all the nonsense and
Yeah.
bad stuff.
I only did this a couple times, but I realized that if you take the pencil and erase a little bit at a time in one of the books, it'll eventually erase the word, and then I'd write.
Penis. That's so fucking funny, dude.
They fought over the penis.
That reminds me super bad when The guy like got a dick obsessed with drawing dicks for some reason. Dude, I thought that was like so random and stupid and hilarious. And then his classmate, the girl, saw it and she's just like, ah! Dude, that movie's classic, bro. No, I don't graffiti stuff though, but I
Yeah,
give
not anymore. Like I said,
props to some of those guys who like climb up on a fucking bridge.
there used to be a PlayStation game about tagging, and the cops were chasing everything, or riding on top of the subway, and you'd have to try to tag the side of it.
Yeah, these people treat it like a sport. It's a pastime.
Let's find a documentary. I'm sure there's a documentary.
There should be documentaries about graffiti people.
Life of a tagger.
Because it's, totally a lifestyle for those people. And it's,
I wonder how the community is. Do they come together like, hey man, what's up? Or are they all, because some of them are like, you tag over my tag, it's like game on and shit. It's like
war.
Yeah, like, you know what, I found
To
this
war.
spot. This is my...
Yeah, I guess
It's like
so.
rules, like disrespect. But you're like, I wonder if they ever come together. Hey man, that's so and so, like tag conventions and shit.
Tag conventions. Tagging conventions. That would be something to Google. Some kind of graffiti community blog or some shit. That's funny, dude. You got any other wonderful questions? Because, I didn't really have much to add to the graffiti topic. Except that it's ghetto.
Ghetto.
In the ghetto.
Well, you know what, all these are miles.
Are you able to decipher that motherfucker?
It says, eat at Moe's.
Eat at Moe's? I don't go to Moe's very often.
No.
No, it's just too much money and like.
What do you think of the shouting when they come in? Are you a fan of that?
No, that's annoying. I'm too introverted for that shit. Just like, fuck off.
Don't look at me.
They're like, welcome to Moe's! And I'm like, hi, can I get a steak burrito with guacamole and rice? And they're like, yes, sir! It's like, god damn it. Yeah, dude. I prefer Chipotle. Actually, I don't prefer either one, but they're good.
I don't know. I'm a Chipotle.
Chipotle, bro. Those
like
commercials look so fucking good. Then you get it. It's like, nah, it's not that big. These are pretty small. Kind of expensive. I'm done with that shit.
What's another burrito place?
Burrito place.
Went over to...
well, Willie's is good. There's more of those, like, downtown.
Where...
there's one in Sandy Springs. There's probably one somewhere in Alpharetta.
Okay, so not really.
It's a lot. It's like Moe's, just Willie's. Yeah. And there's another place, Barbados, which is a small chain that, I've seen in Alpharetta, Roswell. And it's the same principle.
Yeah.
I love freaking burritos, man. I like tacos, man.
Yeah, we damn... there's this place in Arizona when I went over there. I mean, these, like the circumference of this fucking thing had to be about 8-9 inches. I mean, this shit was about this big around. You get a big burrito, breakfast burrito. This thing is fucking massive.
Hell it's
like an entire meal.
I love the Mexican Midwest, the Tex-Mex. That's where it's at, bro. Yeah. That's where it's at. So what you got on this magic?
Oh yeah,
here?
Man. Have you ever used the little pocket in your blue jeans? That goes back to what we were just talking about earlier. You know, some things that
I would occasionally use that little pocket for like pills.
Pills,
not like drugs, but like I keep a few Tylenol in there or some antibiotics, or I'll put my vitamins in there and then wait till lunch later when I eat to take them, you know. That's the only thing I use those little pockets for.
Damn, you put it like that, it's kind of practical.
I'm a practical guy. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't doing this shit for style. What in the world? This looks like Hebrew.
Yeah, man. It was
Okay, drawn dicks. Dick drawings.
That's where we got into.
Yeah.
No, here's a thought-provoking question for you. That's been on one of them.
A question to ponder.
Yeah.
Only the scholars 100 years from now will be able to answer it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like relativity 2.0. But do they still give out new last names, or are we just... And what I mean is, we had so many when they giving out last names. I mean, is that still a thing, or is everybody, all the names already given, and now it's just this person going to this name, and it's just like a web of fucking people going to...
I don't know. Seems like we've run out of names, and now we're just like starting to mix in names from other countries.
Yeah.
Like lots of these names we have are, you know, from European countries. And of course from the motherfucking Bible.
Good word.
But yeah, we must be running out of names. I mean, like people name their son the same name they have. I like how simplistic my last name is. Just fucking Farmer, dude.
Yeah.
I don't farm. Never farmed before, but I am a farmer.
I am a farmer.
Meet a farmer who actually farms. I'll fuck with him. Be a total mind fuck. I'm a farmer.
I'm a farmer.
Oh yeah, what's your farm?
You could like you could sneak into like Amish hoedowns or something. Oh,
yeah.
I'm a farmer. It's okay.
I'm a real farmer.
I'm a farmer.
I should join Farmers Only if that's...
You're like a little card. I'm a farmer.
I should do that online Farmers Only meetup thing. I think if your last name's Farmer, you really do get like a discount or something for a membership.
Man, you're like a diamond status.
Yeah. All the ladies on there be like, this guy's actual name is Farmer. I gotta jump on that. I can't imagine that. Like, who the fuck would want to be named Farmer? Like, who would want to... I married a girl. I don't think they would want to change their name to fucking Farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
Hey, you know what? There's been worse.
See, at least you got a normal name, Wilson.
You know...
And that's one of those names that could be a first name, too. So, like...
Wilson.
That's a cool name.
It's my first and last name.
Wilson.
James is just to cover up people. Yeah, Wilson.
Wilson James Wilson.
Yes.
Like Bond.
Wilson.
I don't know if people still making up names or not, man. If people are making up names, it's not the white people doing it. We have no originality anymore for that shit.
I always wonder, like, you know, because like in let's say like in Ukraine or something, like they bombed like a residential place and the whole family dies, or a hurricane, for example, comes through, and then you've got this branch of a tree. You know, I think we all come and then there's all these branches of a tree. Right now we're at a finite name, like 3 billion last names out there. And then this one falls off, and then, you know what I mean? I think I'm giving a bad example here of what I'm thinking.
Here's an example of a name that fell off. Hitler.
Yeah. Now, I mean, is that like just stymied, and now we're down to 6,999,000?
It went from like, you know, like 600 million people in Europe with the name Hitler to like a small fraction of that. You think anyone's like actual like named Hitler, like yeah, Adolf Hitler was my great great uncle, and my brothers talk shit about him and hated him.
Yeah.
That would be.
Everybody hated
That's
Grandpa.
a good example, though. You don't. That name's been wiped off the map, you know.
Yeah.
And Christ, I mean Jesus Christ. You never see Christ as a last name. You see Jesus in Spanish, but like you never see Christ anymore.
I have seen a Christ, Christ.
Christ.
Yeah.
Christ. Interesting.
Yeah. So a couple people was like, "Oh man, Christ, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
Like,
I think the name farmer's going to start to go away too, because just names that are also nouns is just kind of weird. Like, I'm a person and a thing. I'm a farmer and a farmer.
a person, place, or thing.
It's better than being like named Smith or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Has some originality to it.
You know what? I actually thought I did a bunch of
drugs. Just kidding. Just kidding.
About 12 years ago or so, I signed up for like the big package of Ancestry.com.
Oh shit.
And I went back in pretty good ways, but when I started looking it up, I realized I always thought I was kind of Wilson, you know. I'd never saw that many of them, so I was like, man, you know, there was a bunch of Smiths, all this shit. And I thought I was kind of a original name, and then later on in life, especially when I started looking up my ancestry, I was like, God damn, there are James Wilsons all over the freaking place. I can barely register like something. Oh, James Wilson taken.
Yeah.
Like there's millions of me out there, and I'm like, fuck, man. This whole time I thought it was an original, but no, there's tons of it. So when I was doing the ancestry, made it a little tough to work through. But I did get us all the way back to where we landed in the U.S. back in 1732 or something.
Right on.
So
I know my mom's side of the family is Posey, which is kind of a funny name. I think it spawned from some French shit. But our family, that family actually has pretty rich history coming from the boat in Savannah in the 1800s and moving out west. There's actually some historical books on it, but you only see those at like the shelves with the brochures on it and those tiny shacks in the middle of a town.
There was Buster Posey.
Buster Posey, who the fuck is that?
The catcher for well, he was the catcher for San Francisco Giants.
Okay, that's a Posey.
Yeah, out west.
Who's Parker Posey?
Parker Posey.
It sounds familiar. Maybe that's a family member I just forgot about. Nah, I mean
Peter Parker Posey.
Peter Parker Posey. Pooper Pepper Pickle. All right, yeah, we're getting pickled here. Probably
Pickled.
Keep it up. Pickle the brain.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like we were talking about earlier, please go if you can support anyway. Help these people out any way you can. Any little bit helps. Like I said, after the race, I'll probably go back to the Himalayas and get some better questions.
The Himalayas. Himalayan.
The Himalayas. But yeah, if you can, please support us, but also more importantly, go support these people. Outside of that, see you next week. Peace.